Hi guys, my name is Alexander Ivlov. I help a consultant hypnotist increase income by improving service. In this video I will answer a basic question: how to do a session, what to do if your client is very resistant client. Well, if you have a resistant client, it means somehow your free consultation over the phone was not good. I give you an example. Let's say somebody calls you. You're grabbing the phone, hello, and someone asking you, is this John Doe, a hypnotist? Yes. How can I help you? Well, I just want to know how much you charge for your hypnosis sessions. $150. Oh, this is too much. So that's it. The phone call is over. The client is gone. He or she will continue shopping around. So do not answer that question right away. Do not. And also, if you have your rates published on your website, delete it. Never tell anyone online how much do you charge. No. Never answer any call that you have as a free consultation. The first question, how much do you charge? Never answer that question right away. Say, okay, I will answer that question, but let me please learn a little bit about your problem. What problem do you have? And then keep listening to your potential client. Keep listening 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, ask some questions. Really try to understand what is the problem and why the client needs your help. And then when you feel there is a rapport between you and your potential client, you may ask him or her, if you really want to solve your problem with my help, are you sure you are ready? And they say yes, ready. Then, only then, tell them how much do you charge for a session if you charging by sessions. But again, please understand, if you answer them that it need at least 4 sessions sorry then you are trying to sell the sessions, do not help. But if you just if you are not saying anything about sessions, just say, I will help you. For example, stop smoking, become a non-smoker, and I charge for the result, which is $750. And if your client will ask, how many sessions, you will say, probably 1 session. If you need extra session, maybe. But almost everyone is quitting smoking with my help in 1 session. This is the right way to do consultation. So now you know that if somebody calls you and asks how much do you charge, never answer that question right away. because the potential client will stop talking to you and will continue searching other hypnotists, cheaper hypnotists. So now you know, if you have a resistant client, it means your consultation was not good. What to do in this is such a case? Okay. Also, resistance means your client somehow is in a fearful state of mind. Your client think that hypnotist charged me a lot. $750 is too much. But maybe, okay, let's see. And if you spend 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes explaining him or her how hypnosis works, what hypnosis is not, your client will become more resistant because your client wants your help, not your hypnosis. So do not start your session with explanation what is hypnosis. Do not spend time educating your client about hypnosis and how it will be easy to be hypnotized, how it's easy to get the deepest state of hypnosis. Don't do that, because remember, your free consultation over the phone was not effective, was not successful. Your client is in fearful state of mind. Begin your session with working on your client's problem. If your client wants to stop smoking, immediately, as soon as you let your client come in to your office and sit in the chair, immediately begin working with your client by saying, your problem is smoking, right? And right now I want you please and do whatever you have to do, whatever you've been trained, but don't use any scripts, don't use any papers, because this is ridiculous. When you start reading something, your client will run away. So look right in your client's eyes and suggest with confident type of voice, with imperative type of voice, you have no more desire to smoke cigarettes. The taste of tobacco makes you nauseous. The taste and smell of tobacco makes you wanting vomiting. You know what to say. So if you repeat this a couple times, then you may close your client eyes by hands like this with your fingers, and your client will become kind of confused or maybe even hypnotized. But do not say, I am going to hypnotize him. No, you just work with your client on his or her problem. So as long as your client is sitting in your chair and you are talking and suggesting some kind of solutions to your client's problem, then sooner or later he or she will become kind of hypnotized anyway. Sooner or later they will become in a state of increased hypnotizability, increased suggestibility. And if you do this for 15 or 20, 30 minutes, then your client will become a non-smoker. But do not try to work in from the distance from your client. When I work with my clients, I stay with them almost this close. So I put my hand very carefully on my client's head like this, and I suggest from now on you are a non-smoker. And guess what? My client is becoming very suggestible because I am a hypnotist. I stand very close to my client. I touch my client with my hand, and of course, when you ask your client to read the contract, which is a part of your intake form, contract that you may touch your client with your hand very carefully, and your client don't mind if you're doing this. Of course, make your client to sign that permission, that he or she permits you to touch their hands. This is very careful. So when I ask my clients to sign such a contract, they always sign it. If they have questions, they ask questions, and I tell them, I'm going to touch your head here during the session, if you don't mind. They don't, we don't mind, okay. So now you understand. Even if your free phone consultation was not strong enough, was poor, then you have a resistant client. When your resistant client is hearing that you are going to hypnotize him or her, then your resistant client becomes more resistant client, and your success of your session is gradually going down. After the session, your client still has a problem and may call you and ask for money refund. So what to do? Try to improve your free consultation over the phone. Never answer the question, how much do you charge? Never. Say how much do you charge, what are your rates, in the ending of your consultation. It's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, doesn't matter. Always say about your rates, your fees, in the end of your consultation. And then if your client is agreed to pay you such money, schedule the appointment with him or her. And then even if that client, when he's in your chair at your office, even if that client is resistant somehow, maybe, why not? You are able to improve that. Right away begin therapy. Right away begin working on your client's problem. Without education, without explanation of what is hypnosis, how hypnosis works, all that kind of strange talk. So do not do that. Just do what your client expects from you. Work on the problem. And believe me, as soon as you talk about the problem solution with your client during the session, your client is becoming more suggestible, less resistant. And if you are spending about 45 minutes, maybe 1 hour, I spend sometimes 1 hour and a half, just 1 hour and a half, then your client will completely become happy. Your client will become completely happy. His or her resistance will be gone. Your client feel you are the perfect hypnotist. You are an expert. And voila, after the session your client is happy, and your client will call you in a couple of weeks, maybe in a month, telling you that he or she is a non-smoker and everything is fine, and then you receive good Google reviews and you are happy. But always remember, stop bothering your client about hypnosis. Do not explain how it works. Do not tell your client how good you are, how many certifications you have, especially during your phone consultation, because a lot of consultant hypnotists just make potential client sick by explanation how good they are, how they became a hypnotist. This is waste of your time, especially waste of your potential client time. Skip your desire to educate your client about your hypnotism. Sooner or later you will notice, if you do what I'm telling you now, your income will increase. Sooner or later you will notice that you are able to work better, to become a better hypnotist. Make a decision to become a great hypnotist. Make a decision to improve your service, and your income will increase, will become increased. How much do you want to make per month, per year? Make a decision and do what you have to do in order to achieve your goal. If you are interested in a consultation with me, you are welcome to contact me for a free consultation. Bye. See you next time.